Welcome back everybody. Carmen here with Fresh Cut Flower Farm. I am growing in zone 6B here in the state of Missouri, and it's Friday evening, and I think I'm going to try and go to farmer's market tomorrow. I don't have a lot. I'm just looking out there. We'll go out there, but maybe I can do 10 bouquets. See, I don't know. I guess something's better than nothing. It's kind of at that awkward stage where you have stuff but not really enough to make yourself a full display, but at the same time, if you can make a little bit of money, you just as well, right? So it is about, what time is it? It's about 6:45 in the evening, so it's still just a little bit early before I want to start cutting. So I thought what I would do is I would show you everything that I'm taking to the market. And I got all my buckets cleaned last night to harvest in. I'm not going to need that many, probably just 2 or 3. And these are the little buckets that I put my flowers on in the booth. They're just trash cans I got at the dollar store. That's all they are. And each one of these will hold about 2 bouquets. And back here I've got my craft paper. It's folded and ready to go. These are some sleeves that I had purchased last year. I don't really like them because they're too small. They had bigger ones. I just ordered ones that were too small. And then this is the bag. I take that bag with me. And I have an apron in here. And some disinfecting wipes. I'll use that to like maybe wipe down my snippers with. I have a hat because, believe it or not, I have naturally curly hair. And the humidity does a number on it. And I've got a baggie here. I've got my clippers in there. I've got stapler because I will actually make my bouquets whenever I get there. I don't make them ahead of time. And I've got some not bobby pins, clothespins, and that's what I put my labels, attach my labels to the bucket with. And some extra staples. And this is my, I guess it's a drape is what you'd call it, that I actually put over the tablecloth to drape down rather than having a sign. And I'll put that picture up so you can see what I'm talking about. And I take a 6-foot table, folding table, just one of those white ones, and I put the black tablecloth on top of it, and then I drape the my logo drape thing over that. And I just have a little notebook that I write down my sales with. That's my sophisticated accounting system right there. And just some extra baggies because you never know. And I've got my money box. Got some business cards and flower food. I give one of these with each bouquet that they buy. And just some clips and paper. And then a little bit of hand sanitizer and rubber bands. And there's a little selfie stick. And these are the bags that I put over the bouquets when I send them home. So I just drop them into the baggie and then rubber band a packet of flower food around the stems. And then just some paper towels, like I said. And then here I've got just a sign that I'm putting up on the booth. A little something they can take a picture of and know how to take care of their flowers. Oh, that stool over there, I do take that with me. Just to kind of have something to lean against when it's not busy. So here's my signs. These are just, I think I just made this on Canva and had it, I think MPix, just made photographs of them. And so then what I'm going to do on my buckets, this is tough one-handed. Take a paper clip and one of these. Just like that. And then over here, I've got my CVBN tablets. So when we harvest, I will drop one of these in the water. So that's pretty much it. That's my setup. It's nothing fancy, very basic. It probably doesn't take me more than 5 or 10 minutes to get set up at the farmer's market. Our farmer's market is open from 8 to 1, and I get there about 7:15 or so, set up and just start making bouquets and make bouquets throughout the time I'm there. I found that to be a lot less stressful than staying up until late Friday night. Okay, so right here I've got 2 buckets. They've got a gallon or so of water in them, and then I put a CVBN tablet in each bucket. And right here I've got the Sunfill Green. Let me get it. There we go. Sunfill Green is here. And over here I've got the White Knight over in this. So we're going to harvest what we can of these. It looks like we have a lot of the Sunfill Green. So we'll get started on those. Now this is, in my opinion, the perfect stage to harvest the sunfills. You can just barely see the yellow in there. And that's the perfect time to harvest your sunflowers. The petals are just showing and starting to lift off a little bit. Okay, so that gives me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's only got about maybe 15 to 20 sunflowers. I can't remember how many is inside. I do have quite a few of the sunfill, but I think that's all I'm going to get tonight. I might get some more in the morning. I'll come out and check before I head to market. So I see a few snapdragons over here, so let's go cut those, and then we'll get our feverfew and bouquet. Sorry, I'm trying to carry the tripod. Now, I'm sure I will have more snaps in the morning, so I'll come out and get some more snaps for sure. One thing I don't like about snaps is they just randomly will wilt on you. Like they all look so nice and healthy, and then you'll have a few that just are limp biscuits. Terrible. But they are one of my favorite flowers because I think they're so darn pretty. And here's a ginormous weed. I did not succession plant my bouquet. I will not make that mistake next year. I don't know if I'm going to fall plant them, even though they did amazing, just because they just bloomed so early. And a lot of the blooms are gone. I mean, there's some, but it's more of just like a seed head, I guess, that's left. But it still looks pretty cool. And Bouquet's one and done, so this is all I get. When these are done, it's over. But I do like just how that looks. That's going to look really, that's going to fill up a lot of space in a bouquet. That's pretty. I like it. So the yarrow and the feverfew, you want to harvest them when they are mostly pretty well 100% open. Otherwise, anything that is not open is going to get kind of floppy on you. So here is a look at what I've got for market tomorrow. I've got the Bouquet, Sunfill, I've got some sunflowers, yarrow, larkspur, and then the feverfew and a few of the dianthus. A lot of those just didn't get long enough stems that I don't know how usable they're going to be. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking some yarrow, feverfew. I keep calling this yarrow. Some Bouquet, and we've got some of the Sunfill, and let's do a dianthus and a sunflower. Where's the sunflower? Get us the sunflower in here. And let's do larkspur. Larkspur in there, and let's do some yarrow. There's the yarrow. And let's see, maybe a snap, if I can find a snap. I need to soak a little bit more. They're kind of droopy. Droopy. Hopefully that'll plump up. Okay, yeah, just something like that. And I do $10 bouquets. That seems to be a good price point at my farmer's market. And a lot of times what will happen is people will buy 2 or 3 bouquets. And then they will take them home and put them together themselves. Because I am not a designer. Have no desire to be a designer. I just want to grow the things. Other people can do the designing. So hopefully that sunflower will open up a little bit more by in the morning. Okay, everybody, so it's Monday, 2 days after the farmer's market, and I just thought I would share with you how I did. It was dismal, pretty dismal. I sold 6 bouquets, $10 each, so $60. Usually when I go to the farmer's market, I will sell out or close to sell out, and I usually have 20 to 30 bouquets. So at $10 a bouquet, I usually come back with $200 to $300, which I'm happy with. To give you a little bit of reference, I guess, of the size of the market that I go to. For instance, on Saturday we had 10 vendors. You know, I've not really been to a lot of farmers markets up until, I started selling flowers. And I assume that's small. As far as how many people attend the market, I don't know. I should count. I mean, there's enough traffic there that I could probably count the people coming and going, and keep track of it. So, yeah, I was pretty disappointed. But if you look at the bouquets, there's just not a lot of color. So I'm not surprised at the sales. There's nothing that really stood out in each bouquet because I cut the sunflowers when they were supposed to be cut, so they hadn't opened up yet, and so the customer didn't see that. So I learned something. For farmers market, you probably want to cut them a little bit more open, or cut them. Maybe I should start cutting on Wednesday and give them a couple days to open up, or Thursday. That might be my plan from now on, is to cut my sunflowers on Thursday instead of Friday night. That will give them a few days to open up so people can see that in the bouquet. And of course, I don't have any zinnias yet, no celosia, nothing colorful, nothing to draw the eye. I almost did not go because I didn't have those bright colors yet. But I thought, well, something's better than nothing, I guess. Otherwise, those flowers were just going to be composted. Honestly, at $60, I think my time would have been better spent at home doing flower stuff. So, and I am a week earlier, maybe 2 weeks earlier than what I did last year. You know, like I said, I just didn't have the bright colorful flowers, and I think that is what you need for the farmers market, because you want to catch the eye. A couple of other things, you know, every farmers market that I go to, I'm always observing the customers when they come into my booth. You know, what are they doing? A couple of takeaways this week is I don't know that I'm going to grow feverfew or larkspur anymore for the market. Now, I love the flowers myself, but I didn't grow Ami this year for the same reason I'm considering not growing feverfew. Around here, you know, they're just in abundance in the ditches, and people think that they're wildflowers. One of the comments that I've had was, "Oh, look what pretty wildflowers you have." Well, no, they're not wildflowers. They're intentionally grown by me from seed. And, you know, sometimes people are open to education and sometimes they're not. So, you know, you just got to be careful. You don't want to offend your customer. I just smile and just say thank you. I've got some feverfew now, and I think I have some more started for succession. I'll go ahead and plant those and use them. But for next year, I think I might eliminate the feverfew, because I think when people think that it's a wildflower, maybe it devalues your bouquet. You know, if any of you have ever had that kind of experience, you know, make a comment, you know, of how you handled it, or, you know, kind of what you did to overcome it, or if maybe you made the same decision to just not grow those flowers. That's why I'm not growing the Ami Magus this year, is because of, you know, people, they just think I went out to my ditch and cut it. And the reason why I don't know that I'm going to grow larkspur anymore is because it's poisonous, and that's why I didn't grow it last year, because I even bought the seeds last year, and then I realized they were poisonous. I forgot about that and went ahead and planted them in the fall to grow this year, and a customer brought that to my attention on Saturday, and so I thought, you know, I don't want to have to defend my flowers or tell them, well, just keep your pets away, you know. But so I think it's just best to, sorry, I'm out. There's just bugs everywhere. It's just best to not grow those flowers, at least for me. I just don't want the hassle of it. And another thing I noticed that a lot of people did was they came and they smelled my bouquets, and which there's no basil right now, which last year was what gave the bouquets the scents. It's someone mentioned, I think it was Lisa Mason Ziegler mentioned that now they've just kind of, other than your heirloom varieties, they kind of bred the smell out of flowers to some extent, so you don't get that strong flower smell like you had before. But I think next time my lavender is blooming, so I think I'm going to just stick something in the bouquets, whether it be lavender. Hopefully by the time the lavender is on its way out, the basil will be ready. So I think I'm going to add a sprig of lavender into my bouquets, because people are expecting something. When they put their head in a bouquet, they want to smell something. And I haven't met anyone yet that doesn't like the smell of lavender. And I do want to work on my display. I don't want to do the traditional table and buckets on the table. We have a 10 by 10 space. People come into my 10 by 10 space and feel like they're in a flower shop. So it's up there how I execute it. If I ever get it executed, I'll be sure and post some pictures. So, oh, another lesson that I learned was our farmer's market, we don't have to set up tents. It's all in a pavilion. It's not enclosed, but we do have a roof over, and it kind of catches some wind. And I left as long as stems as I could on my bouquets, so my buckets were kind of top heavy, and a gust of wind came and blew all of my buckets over. Water went everywhere. Everyone came rushing to help me and was so gracious and kind to help me through my mini disaster. Fortunately, it's toward the end of the day. I think we just maybe had an hour left of the market, but yeah, I really appreciate the help everybody gave me to get my display back up. So, but anyway, that was how the day went. Hopefully that's the lowest that I'll see for the season, and I'll share the next one with you as well. All right, everybody, thank you for watching, and you all have a good day. Bye.